gamers, DaPhat here with this week's episode of 15 Minutes of Play. This week I'm going indie again, and I started playing a game called Future Wars. I've been playing it roughly for maybe 6 hours, and I'm somewhat intrigued by it. I don't foresee me keeping it on my hard drive. I just am not... it doesn't hold my attention as well as some other games have. But I figure I'd give it at least a fair shot throughout the 15 mop episode, and I'll let all my viewers decide whether or not they would play this game. Now, when you start the game up, I just kind of go over, you have to make a profile, and I've already got the DaPhat profile created. So we're going to go ahead and start playing under my DaPhat profile. Before we get into the game, basically Future Wars is a turn-based strategy game. Really big names that come to mind are like StarCraft. There's a couple other ones out there that have the same basis. You have an army, you build armies, you gather, gain resources, then you take your army across within so many movements, attack the other players' armies and try to destroy them before they destroy you. That is basically the game in a nutshell. I started the campaign. It's got a nice little storyline to it. It helps you, learn the game's mechanics, particularly this game's mechanics, and I would recommend using that to start off, just so you can learn what each of the actual tanks do, or your attacking forces, I should say, do. Now, one thing I will nitpick a little bit on this game is the graphic quality seems to be a little meh, to say the least. I have a really good setup, and I was at least hoping to go 1080p, but the highest resolution it's let me have is 1680 by 1050. Now please, in the comments in the show, underneath the YouTube video, or even on the post on the website, let me know if you guys get a higher resolution, because I'm unable to achieve it, and I've played around with my settings a few times. Go ahead and knock the music and the audio down a bit here, just so it's a little easier to hear me while we're going through this video. So just to show you the game and kind of get you to look and feel, I'm just going to do a free play match, and I actually lost this match earlier. I'm not really proficient in this game. I haven't played it enough really to get good at it, so I'm just going to do like the easy 3-on-3 map, and we'll kind of start with that and see how badly I lose in front of everybody on the interwebs. So again, just to kind of go over the gist of the game is you have your map, just like you do in any game. You can click around and move all around the map and take a look at what's going on. Down in the bottom right hand corner, you can get rid of your grid, which are your movement squares. You can rotate your camera around, which the graphic quality isn't horrible, even at this resolution. It's pretty nice, considering the game and what it is. And then you have a center, which will put your camera right back to where it was. Basically, on the left hand side, you have your settings menu. You can toggle on and off the mini map. The info box, which as you click on squares, it tells you different information, which you can hover over top of these items, at least they were earlier, and it will tell you information about each of them. And then at any point in time, you can bring over the statistics to show how many different units you have, how many have died, and how many you have personally built that you weren't just given at the beginning of the mission. So let's go ahead and start this off. I'm gonna take my unit now. Based on the terrain, it will actually slow you down on how many block units you can move. So, for instance, going to the trees slows you down, open field you move faster, rocks, water, etc. will actually take your units and slow them down in their movement process. At the end of every movement, this little bar pops up, which I find is kind of annoying, and again, I haven't found a way to just simply confirm after a move. I have to click it every time. So, again, if someone has a way of doing that, please feel free to throw a little tip up in the show notes, or feel free to shoot a post up on the website, and I'll modify my layout to show this information for everybody. So at any time I can right click and cancel an action. I'm going to go ahead and move my units up and hopefully not screw myself here as we keep getting in. Last time I went straight up at him, and it was a bad decision. So this time I'm going to kind of play defense a little more and see what happens here. Not really sure how well this plan is going to work out, but we'll see. Let's see if the artificial intelligence is aggressive on me or not. So they're coming over in like a group of 3, I'd see. Wonder if I've repositioned myself. Flank them. That'd be a good idea. So he's going to come in and attack me. 55 damage. Pretty solid damage. Let's see what he's doing. I thought you were going for the kill. I guess he didn't have enough squares. Now I'm not going to attack him first, because I want him to die right away. I am, however, going to pull this guy back. See if I can get him to kill us other one real quick. Nope, will not kill him. So as you can see, my unit is getting repaired back at base. Pull himself up. As my unit sits here at every turn, he will continue to repair himself. Now the question is, do I want to pull... I'm going to try to shank this guy real quick with all 3 of them. 20 is a big hit. Pull this guy out. Drop him in for some healing. So I'm playing a more defensive role this time instead of going offensive and dying. So they're really far from their base, so they really can't heal up unless they retreat, which he's probably going to do now. He's going to end up dying, and then I'll have my 3 units here, which I'll heal up and go back at him. Gonna end my round, let my unit heal up a little more here. So he's probably going to get his 1 unit to full health, but I'm going to have all 3 of mine sitting really strong. Safe is pull him over here. That way that guy has no direct access to him. I have a feeling I probably should sit back and continue to be defensive and let him come in at me. That way, if I need to heal, I have a direct shot to my base. I think that's what I'm going to do. I may be completely overthinking this map, but I just want the viewers to get a good idea of how the gameplay works. Yeah, this mech is going to come in try to blow me up real quick. See, I'm only hitting him for 18, so what I'm gonna do to be safe here is I'm gonna pull this mech. I pull this mech back. Pull my healed mech out, hit him. And pull this mech over and see if I can get to kill it real quick. So what he's probably going to now do is retreat on me. But he's damaged and there's a lot of terrain he had to go through. I think I'm just going to go in and get the kill real quick and knock him off. And I think that's pretty much it. I won. Let's see, there's a lot of map choices they have here, and you can actually play this with friends that you may have that also have this game. They have a chess match, they have a circle of free-to-play maps, cross. They're just different maps that have different objectives, and obviously it's build your mechs, get further into the game, build up your units, and then go and hopefully overcome their units. Now the different style of games that I've seen is the campaign, which I've actually been playing. Now they're showing our replay of the kill. Nice. The campaign just kind of tells you a story. It's kind of cheesy actually, I'll be honest with you. I'll go back to the campaign. I think I'm on number 3. And basically it's, you're this guy, and as you go through, you're basically in class, and then when you're in your class, you get into the system to play Future Wars. So, you know, I won't bore you with actually reading through all the text, because that's kind of confusing now, because I've already done like 4 or 5 missions. So in this particular mission, our goal is to kill her, using hoppers to transport your units to one side or the other side, capture the cities, increase your income, and crush the opponent with superior numbers. So basically, the way you capture something is when you move your unit, you see the bar that comes up, and when you move your unit onto a city, you can capture it with the option right here. Now I haven't successfully done this one. I really didn't strategize too much. I just kind of been mindlessly playing through the scenarios. So we go up here to the factory, and we can either produce a unit now, which I'm not going to produce these low-level units, the Guardians. They get destroyed pretty heavily. I do want to save up and get a patrol, because she's going to put a bunch of patrols in, and they hit like trucks. So I'm going to kind of be patient here and let my funds kind of increase. I mean, she pretty much starts off with 2 patrols right out the bat. I believe I don't have a patrol yet, do I? No, I have no patrols. So if I move this cat over here to try to take the city, I guarantee that that patrol is going to pretty much screw it up pretty heavily. Well, basically, in short, I cut this video to where we are close to winning at the end because literally I played it for about 35 minutes to win this match. And part of it was my learning curve. I wasn't aware that each of the stations you own could heal your actual tanks or machines. I also wasn't aware of the top right corner. You didn't own that one and you had to go capture that one right away to give yourself more income. That was my error. So I had to dig myself out a hole right at the end when I was getting destroyed. So basically, as the storyline continues, you and your friend are talking and you're going back and forth, and you continue to learn more and more about the game as you go. As you can see, I got a really low score because I took a lot longer than I probably should have, but you know, it's a learning curve thing. So before I get into the next match, I'm gonna go ahead and start it just so you have something to look at while I'm talking. Would I recommend this game? For a couple dollars, it's worth buying. If you and a couple friends like to play turn-based strategy games, it's worth a couple dollars. The developer put a lot of time into it, and I think it's definitely worth a couple dollars. I got this game in one of the bundles, the indie bundles that I bought for I think like $7. I got like 5 games. So to me, the two something this game would have cost was worth it. Will I keep it on my machine? I'm not going to keep this game on my machine. Personally, it probably won't hold my interest. I'll play it for a little while. I like strategy that's involved in the game, but it's like a lot of the turn-based strategy games. I'll play it for a couple days. I'll get bored of it. I'll probably uninstall it. Graphics-wise, I would probably give it, I'd say like a 6 out of 10. I mean, the graphics are nice, they're crisp, they're clean, they're very cut and dry. You know, it's nothing special, honestly. In my opinion, there's nothing about this particular game that makes it stand out amongst the rest. But that's my opinion, and other people may feel differently. Gameplay. The gameplay, I feel, is smooth and clean. There's a couple things I think the developer could have done. You know, clicking on items to end my turn, the movement, and having to click the checkbox button all the time to say you're done. That can be a tad bit annoying. I think the developer could have really thought a little better about the game itself and how to make the gameplay easier using the keyboard and keyboard shortcuts. So for gameplay, I'm going to definitely give this again about a 6 out of 10. It's good for what it is. The UI is clean. They did a good job on that. It tells you the information you need to know. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and close out this week's 15 minutes of play. I will, provide a link for the bundle where I purchased this game, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. What do you feel? What's the pros and cons that you enjoy about playing this game? I always, like to look at my comments that are left, and I try to reply to all of them when I can. Until next time, this is DaPhat signing out.